All right, so I'm going to go into present now. All right, hi everyone. My name is Priscilla Grijalva and I'm a school counselor at the best high school in the world. And we thought we'd liven it up and just make sure you guys are excited to be here to learn about free money. So school counselors are here. We're trained to help you complete your financial aid. And we also got some experts to help us today. First of all, we want to thank When We All Vote and MTV and Michelle Obama for the grant that they provided for you guys today to get a discount on your cap and gown and your or your yearbook. You get a choice between those two. So huge shout out to them. And thank you to our financial aid experts that are here today. Claudia Garcia from Norco College Upward Bound, Manny Gray from RCC Financial Aid, Rudy Curiel from UCR Upward Bound, Ventrice Shanklin from Sallie Mae, your amazing school counselors who you probably know, Mr. Gasparini, Mrs. Medina, Mr. Chavez, and Mr. Palayo. So this is just a reminder, as you probably know, financial aid has already opened October 1st. The deadline to register for the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act is March 2nd. So make sure you apply by March 2nd or sooner. And you're going to complete the 2021 to 2022 financial aid application. So make sure you're completing that application. You can apply for FAFSA or California DREAM Act, and you can use it towards apprenticeship. So for example, if you're going to Norco College, they have an apprenticeship program and you can use your financial aid for books. Career technical education, community college, military, if you're enlisting in the military, doesn't matter what branch. If you would like to take some classes while you're in the military, you get to move up in the rankings. And yes, the military does cover it with the GI Bill, but if you need extra money for like books, the GI Bill doesn't cover everything. So you can use grant aid to cover your education while you're in the military. University. University is so important too because you're gonna need scholarships and grant aid for that. You should also do your FAFSA or California DREAM Act. If you don't know what you want to do after high school, you should still apply. What are the benefits of applying for financial aid? You get grant aid, which is free money. If you are a dreamer, you can get a dream loan for universities in California. Scholarships like Cal State's universities, they offer middle class scholarships. If you're getting an athletic scholarship or any kind of scholarship, most of the time they require you to apply for FAFSA or California DREAM Act. Federal loans, so federal loans are better than private loans, but if you don't do your FAFSA, you're not gonna get those federal loans if you need them. You should only take out what you need. So if, for example, a school is giving you more money than what you need in loans, only take out what you need because you're gonna have to pay those loans back. So it's really important that you don't overdo it and take out more loans than what you need. Remember, the grants are free money, so take those out first. College Board and Raise Me have scholarships for after you complete your FAFSA or California DREAM Act. So just make sure that you apply for their scholarships on their website to get more money. Depending on your income, some colleges offer full rides. So for example, if you're applying through Common App and you meet their requirements, you could get a full ride scholarship to those universities. And Common App is an amazing resource that you can talk to your school counselors on Fridays when we help you. Because they're also partners with Reach Higher and they are a great support for you guys. You can also get work study. Work study is really important that you can find a job on campus to help pay for some of your education. There is a FAFSA app. So this is a free app that you can download on your phone. If you want to do this, you can do the FAFSA on your phone or on the website. So I'm going to show you this quick 1-minute video. Let's see. I might have to share audio. Let me share audio real quick. right, so the FAFSA app is only if you're doing the FAFSA. The FAFSA is for students that are US citizens. And we're gonna talk about the difference between the FAFSA and the California DREAM Act. So make sure when you apply for FAFSA, you go to this website, and this PowerPoint will be available for you guys later if you would like to use this, because you don't wanna go to any other website. If you do, it's a scam, because the FAFSA is a free website to apply for financial aid. Same with the California DREAM Act. You wanna go to this website, don't go to any other website or it's a scam. You need your 2019 taxes if your parents filed taxes. If they did not file taxes, no worries, you're not gonna need the taxes. But if they did file the 2019 taxes, we do need them to complete your FAFSA or California DREAM Act. Your parents' 2019 W-2 forms. It's very helpful to answer the questions on the FAFSA or California DREAM Act if you have their W-2 forms. If your parents are a US citizen, they are gonna need to create an FSA ID, at least one parent. And then if you are a US citizen, the student would also create an FSA ID. If you are filing for the California DREAM Act, you do not create an FSA ID. This is only if you're doing the FAFSA. You're also gonna need your email address, so just make sure you use your personal email, make sure it's professional. Do not use your school email because the L board email blocks everything. So when you get outside emails from financial aid or colleges, you're not gonna be able to receive that important information. Your driver's license, if you have one. If you don't have a driver's license, no worries, you don't need it. You're gonna need your social security number if you have one, and that is for the FAFSA. You're also gonna need your date of birth, which you probably know, and your parents' date of birth. So mom and dad's date of birth, month, day, and year. The month and year, only the month and year your parents got married, separated, divorced, or widowed. If you are a male, you must register with the Selective Service. Females, you do not need to do this, but males, if you're 18 to 25, you must register with the Selective Service. And we can help you with that, but first you must file your financial aid. And this is what you're gonna need. So if your parents speak Spanish, this is in Spanish for you guys, and we'll have this available for you guys again to send out to you if you need this PowerPoint. So here's a quick video on the FAFSA ID. So for those of you creating an FSA ID, and then I have a Dreamers video too to show you later.
Your child is filling out the FAFSA form and needs your information. What can you expect? The free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA form, is the student's, but your information as the parent may be required. Before you start, you will need an FSA ID. The FSA ID is a username and password. If you don't already have an FSA ID, go to studentaid.gov/FSAID to make one. Make your own FSA ID and do not share it with your child or anyone else. Be sure to include an email address or mobile phone number you will have access to in the future, in case you lock your account or forget your password. Your child needs his or her own FSA ID. Do not create or use your child's FSA ID. Doing so can cause problems with your child's application. Now you're ready to work on the FAFSA form. Go to FAFSA.gov and select the Start Here button. Make sure your web browser allows pop-up windows from fafsa.ed.gov. If you are starting the application, select the I am a parent option and provide the requested information. Next, create a save key. The save key is a temporary password that lets you 1. Save the application if you need to come back later, and 2. Share the application with your child if you aren't completing the form together. Unlike the FSA ID, the save key is meant to be shared between you and your child. If your child starts the FAFSA form, you will pick up where your child left off. Log in with the student's identifiers and use the save key your child created. Help is available for every FAFSA question. You may be able to use your FSA ID to import your tax information directly into your child's FAFSA form using the IRS data retrieval tool. Once you and your child have entered all the required information, you will both need to sign. Follow the directions on the Sign and Submit page. Be sure to sign in the Parent Signature section. Once both of you have signed, be sure to submit the FAFSA form. Your child's FAFSA form is not submitted until you see the confirmation page. Congratulations! Your child's FAFSA form is submitted. The schools listed will use the FAFSA information and other information to determine what aid your child may be eligible to receive. You can always check the status of an application by logging in at fafsa.gov. Students have to submit a FAFSA form every year, so keep track of your FSA ID. Need more info? Visit studentaid.gov/FAFSA help.
All right, that was a short video, and here's a 1-minute video on the California Dream Act. So for our dreamers in the room, if you are AB 540, in other words, if you've been in the country at least 3 years, you qualify for the California Dream Act. So I'll play this for you guys, and if you have any questions, just meet with your school counselor.
What is CADAA? CADAA stands for California Dream Act Application. It is a free application for undocumented students who meet certain provisions to be able to apply for state grants and scholarships. By completing the California Dream Act application, you could qualify for the California College Promise Grant, which helps pay your tuition. You may also qualify for other grants, such as the Cal Grant and other state-administered financial aid while attending Merced College. CADAA does not use federal funding, and the information provided will not be shared with federal databases. The financial aid office is confidential, so you can apply with peace of mind. These state grants are not government assistance, like many believe. To see if you qualify for other grants, such as the Cal Grant, be sure to submit your application by the March 2nd deadline. To qualify, one must fall under the AB 540 or AB 2000 criteria for eligibility.
All right, so we put our password sheets on the Norte Vista High School website, and it'll also be on this PowerPoint. So you guys should check it out. Google Norte Vista High School under guidance. School counseling is where we have all the information for seniors. So you could download this password sheet. So there's one for the Dream Act and the FAFSA. And it's so important that you keep track of your password sheets because there's going to be a ton of passwords for college and financial aid, and it's going to be a lot to remember. The main thing I want you guys to know is never share your password with anyone. You never want to do that because you don't want anyone to steal your identity. So just make sure you keep that password sheet and that username safe somewhere. And if you are going to put it somewhere on a computer or in your room, make sure it's in a safe place. For those of you that want to go to community college, so there's a thing called Promise. So if you're applying to a community college, you get free education at the community college if you do your FAFSA or Dream Act and apply to the community college. Now it depends on the community college. So for example, Riverside City College, RCC, gives you 2 years free education if you do your FAFSA or Dream Act and apply to RCC. Now, if you're going to a different community college, some of them only offer 1 year if you apply to their community college and do your FAFSA or Dream Act. So just check with your community college to make sure to see if they're offering the year or the 2 year. But RCC is also in the house. Manny from RCC will help you with that too if you have questions. But I'll go ahead and play this short video for you guys so you could hear about the Promise Grant.
We are here at California Community Colleges asking students if they know what the BOG fee waiver stands for.
Stands for like...
Better off Gucci?
What?
Bag of grapes?
Beards on goldfish?
Book of goals, maybe. Is this a trick question? Bowl of gummies or something like that? Is it somebody's name? Some guy named Bob?
Band of gorillas?
Barack Obama. Government. Board of Governors. Board of Governors.
Board of Governors fee waivers. California
College
Promise Grant.
California College Promise Grant.
California College Promise Grant.
California College Promise Grant.
Hey, California College Promise Grant. I have no clue. I don't know. Something having to do with class money or something, I think.
California College Promise Grant is a statewide commitment to help Californians pursue their higher education goals by waiving tuition fees.
Books.
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 For rent, food, gas money.
A car.
Which is
Very needed.
In addition, many of our local community colleges offer their own promise partnerships to help also pay for books, supplies, and other expenses. And many local promise programs even cover tuition fees if you don't qualify for the California College Promise Grant. Check with your financial aid office to see what's available and get assistance on completing your application.
Why not take advantage of what's given to you?
I'm going to go online to ICanAffordCollege.com.
For more information and to apply, visit ICanAffordCollege.com.
So that's a great resource if you want the free education. It doesn't matter on your status or your income, as long as you apply for financial aid and apply to the community college. There's this thing called web grants. So after you apply for FAFSA or California Dream Act, within 14 days, 2 weeks, you're going to get a letter or an email sent to you from the California Student Aid Commission, and it's going to ask you to create a web grant account. And you're going to create an account based off this website that they send you, so you could see how much grant aid you're going to get from the state of California. It's just so you can check your award status. You're not applying for financial aid. And you can also make sure that your schools are listed for the schools that you applied to for college. Once you know what school you're going to, as far as like whichever school you're going to commit to, you're going to log in and put your school of attendance. For example, if you decided to go to UCLA or RCC, you're going to change it to say that's where you've committed to. I wouldn't do that until you've committed to the university, which probably won't be till like April or May when you make your final decision. May 1st is the deadline for most universities to commit. For community college, it's rolling admissions. And then if you're going into the military, at least put one California school just in case. And then if you go out of state, you can always log into your FAFSA and change that, but at least you can see if you can qualify for some grant aid. Our district is awesome in the fact that they confirm your high school graduation, so you don't need to do that, but you can double check and log in to make sure that once you graduate, that in your web grant account, it is confirmed. And we will help you with that. This is just to let you know if you get an email or a letter from web grants, that's what that is. I won't show you guys this video, but you can watch it later. Sometimes our students get financial aid verification, meaning they just need more information about your financial aid. So don't stress, just reach out to your school counselors if you don't understand the process, or reach out to your college financial aid officer. So like Manny from RCC, I'm just gonna use him as an example. He's amazing. He's great with answering emails and phone calls. So if you don't understand what RCC is asking, just reach out to him or any of the RCC people or any of your school counselors. Not everyone gets this. This is just to let you know in case you do get it. Don't stress, it's not a bad thing. So this is just to remind you to go to these websites if you need more help with financial aid, and then the password sheets and the phone numbers. There's this thing called Swift Students. So for those of you guys applying to universities or even community college, if you go to their website, it is so cool because they have appeal letters. So if you need additional money for college, or let's say you need a laptop or childcare money, and you go to their website, it's already got the templates done for the appeal letters. You just fill it in based on your circumstance and your name, and then you send it off to the financial aid office, and hopefully they can help you. If it's a little bit of money, it's better than nothing. So just be sure you check out Swift Students. They're an amazing organization. They have a ton of resources that you guys can use on the website, and it's free. So just Google Swift Students if you need it, but you're probably not going to need it till the spring or the summer when you get your financial aid packages. And I'll go ahead and turn it over to Ventrice. Ventrice is going to talk to you about some scholarships in case you need additional money.
To unmute myself. I don't know what happened to my video, so I apologize. I work for an organization called Sallie Mae, and we have a free paying for college resource. I think the operative word here of the day is free. So there's a lot of free resources out there for you. There's videos on completing the FAFSA, how to apply for scholarships. There's tools on budgeting, and also how to read a financial aid award letter as well. Go to the next screen. So here's a little information about our college planning calculator. which can help you plan and hopefully budget as you're looking for schools, depending on which school you plan to attend. And then also we have a scholarship search tool. And just FYI, for students that may not have citizenship status, 30% of the scholarships on this website don't require citizenship. So please feel free to go out there. Again, it's free. So you're able to apply for scholarships through this website. And then this is what it looks like. Students complete a real short profile, and then it matches you with scholarships that you can apply for. And I always tell students, I mean, if it's $100 or $500, I mean, those add up. So you want to apply for as many scholarships as you can, no matter the amount. And some of them don't even ask for an essay. You just complete an application, and hopefully you'll be able to take advantage of that scholarship. Here's 3 resources. The organization I work for, which is Sallie Mae, and then fastweb.com also has a scholarship search tool, as well as College Board. And this is a good way to get started if you don't know where to find scholarships. Just use one of these free links, and then you can start your search that way. And then these are just some resources that were on that that Paying for College resource. Again, some FAFSA information, scholarships, how to complete an essay, or tips and tricks for filling out the profile. There's information on identity theft, budgeting, also some calculators and budgeting worksheets.
All right, so I also want to remind you guys, if you would like to schedule an appointment with your school counselor, we do have our calendar. It's called Calendly on our website, and you can schedule individual appointments. Seniors, you should also join our senior Google Classroom, because we post information about all of our workshops and important information. Also, Mr. Palayo, he does our scholarship bulletin, and that is also posted on our website. So we just wanted to thank all of you guys for being here. If you're going to stick around, we're going to help you with your FAFSA or California Dream Act. Again, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, and when we all vote. And of course, Janet, thanks for your presentation. So we're going to go ahead and go into the breakout room. So if you guys could stay, that would be great.